Welcome to Buzz Leaps, your daily explainer. What if I told you the biggest threat to your job in 2026 isn't some super smart robot taking over, but a silent, hidden crisis already eroding your workplace from the inside out? Are you ready to discover the invisible force reshaping the future of AI before it's too late?
This invisible threat is actively dictating who survives the new economy, and honestly, who gets totally left behind. And spoiler alert, the answer has absolutely nothing to do with your technical skills.
Section 1. The Silent 2026 Crisis. Unpacking the shocking stats. Before we uncover that hidden variable, we really need to validate your anxieties by looking at the hard data that's shaking the labor market to its very core, right now. Get this, a staggering 92 million jobs could be completely replaced globally by 2030 due to AI and massive labor shifts. Just to put that massive number into perspective for you, that's roughly equivalent to the entire population of Germany suddenly needing to find new ways to work. This isn't some distant sci-fi movie scenario. It's a structural reconfiguration happening across the globe as we speak.
And we're already seeing the immediate fallout. Exactly 77,999 tech jobs were abruptly cut in just the first half of 2025, directly because of AI adoption. Think about that. We're talking about hundreds of people losing their livelihoods every single day, as companies fundamentally restructure for automation.
But wait, there's a flip side. Simultaneously, there's a massive 15% wage premium waiting for workers who actually acquire and master these new AI skills. This brilliantly illustrates that we're facing a massive shift, not just a technological apocalypse. There is incredible opportunity here, if you know exactly how to adapt.
Now take a look at the core motivation behind this shift. The primary incentives driving business leaders to adopt AI are simply to save employee time and boost productivity. At the end of the day, it's fundamentally about efficiency and the bottom line, which makes this corporate push absolutely inevitable.
Section 2. Automation versus human augmentation. To survive this massive shift, we have to stop looking at AI as a strict replacement and really understand the critical difference between automation and augmentation.
This comparison is absolutely vital. Task automation acts like a tireless factory robot, completely taking over repetitive, predictable jobs, think data entry or basic admin stuff. Human augmentation, on the other hand, treats AI more like a brilliant, high-speed intern. It extends your capabilities, letting you hand off the busy work so you can actually focus on solving complex problems and executing much higher-value, creative work.
In fact, over half of all U.S. jobs, somewhere between 50 and 55%, will be fundamentally reshaped in the next 2 years. That means your daily administrative tasks will drastically shrink, but your strategic, human value will actually increase. Well, provided you know how to partner effectively with these new tools.
Section 3. The AI Readiness Gap. So here's where the real crisis begins. Companies are adopting this technology at lightning speed, but worker training is just completely failing to keep pace.
Industries with massive frontline workforces are standing on a major fault line right now. Hospitality ranks as the absolute least prepared sector with an AI skills gap score of 4.02, and it's closely followed by healthcare, financial services, and logistics.
The core problem? AI is arriving as an immediate operating layer way faster than employees can be trained to use it. Workers are suddenly being forced to navigate complex algorithmic recommendations, things like AI clinical diagnostics in healthcare or predictive scheduling in hospitality, without any formal training on how to actually evaluate, manage, or even politely disagree with these systems.
Section 4. The Rise of Agentic AI. Let's see how this pressure compounds, because you know what? We are no longer just dealing with passive chatbots. We've officially entered the frightening but fascinating era of autonomous systems.
Enter agentic AI. It's evolving from a passive predictive tool into an active, autonomous resource that executes complex, multi-step actions with minimal human supervision. Basically, it acts less like a simple software program and much more like a digital manager, actively directing workloads and taking prescriptive actions right across your company's operations.
Within the next year alone, half of all companies currently using generative AI are going to deploy these agentic applications. Let's cut through the technical jargon. Think of it as AI agents directly accessing company databases behind the scenes and making autonomous decisions within strict, pre-programmed boundaries. This is going to permanently transform us into hybrid human-AI teams, literally working side by side with software that acts on its own.
Section 5. The Trust Bottleneck.
You'd think this massive technological leap is the biggest hurdle we have to overcome, right? Wrong. An insidious human element is actually paralyzing the global labor market.
Let's look at India, an emerging global AI powerhouse, to see a pretty astonishing reality. Right now, 59% of the workforce is psychologically detached and quiet quitting, while only 23% remain genuinely engaged. This crisis of disengagement is massive, and it's costing the Indian economy a staggering $351 billion annually in lost productivity alone. And the root of all this friction? A profound lack of trust. While 66% of people use AI regularly, only 46% actually trust the systems. Workers are terrified that AI will simply be used for corporate surveillance or algorithmic management, and that fear is leading to massive internal resistance and a widespread refusal to properly integrate these tools into daily workflows.
Section 6. The final suspense revealed. This brings us right back to the resolution of the suspense we introduced at the very beginning of this explainer. What exactly is that hidden variable deciding your fate?
Well, here is the answer. The hidden variable deciding whether you thrive or drown in the AI era is the presence of psychological safety. It's the management permission and the personal trust required to actively experiment with AI. You need to be able to figure out how it can augment your daily tasks without the paralyzing fear of losing your job if you happen to make a mistake. That lack of workforce trust and psychological safety is directly causing billions in lost GDP and widespread disengagement. If you view AI purely as a threat, or if your company completely fails to build a safe, supportive environment for human augmentation, you are going to be left completely behind in the readiness gap.
So here is the absolutely crucial question you need to ask yourself today. Do you have the psychological safety to experiment, adapt, and trust your new AI co-pilot, or will you let the readiness gap totally swallow your career? Are you actively preparing to work alongside these autonomous systems, or are you quietly waiting to become a statistic? Think about it. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.